Hey guys, it's Gloriana here, and we just wanted to say thank you so much for submitting your questions, and special thanks to Cody Allen for having us.
Cody. Thanks, buddy.
All right, we'll go ahead and get started here.
Let's get to the questions.
Richard from New Amsterdam wants to know, New Amsterdam, wow. How would you all describe country music?
Well, Richard.
Richard.
I think it might be two different things here, musically and lyrically speaking. Musically, it's music that came over originally from Ireland. It was Celtic music, kind of Americanized by some of the first American settlers. And there's a lot of things like banjos, mandolins, that kind of instrumentation. And then lyrically, it's music about, I guess, American life. From the beginning of that kind of settling times all the way up till now. And, we've gotten to live through the last couple of eras where we've seen it change so much. And I think it's kind of changed so much all along.
And it's storytelling too, so.
Yeah, lyrically, big time storytelling.
All right, next.
Thank you, Richard.
Deb from Lusaka. Who do you love listening to on the radio growing up? And would you ever tour with that person? You want to just go down the line?
Yeah, sure. Man, I listened to a bunch of different country music growing up, but more recently, I guess, because they still have to be touring, I'm a huge Keith Urban fan. We've gotten to do a couple shows with him, and I think he's great. I have to pick him.
I'm going to go with Fleetwood Mac. I'm a huge Stevie Nicks fan, and absolutely, are you kidding me if they were like, hey, do you want to come tour with us? I'd be like, absolutely.
Check my schedule.
Let me drop everything. Yeah, so that would be my choice.
And I would say somebody that we did already get to tour with, which was Alan Jackson. It was awesome. Classic artist, amazing show. Every night was like
hit after hit after hit. It was awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, Deb. Great question.
All right. Trina from Rutledge wants to know, the lyrics are so strong and easy to identify with.
Oh,
Thank
Trina.
you. What inspires you to write your lyrics?
life.
Real life, yeah. I think just kind of all the experiences that we've been through over the years, and we talk about this all the time, being in band for 8 years and starting out as a teenager till now, just all the life changes and relationships and the things that we've seen and the places that we've been and what we've done. So that's what really inspires us. So, cool.
Trina.
That and all of the psychotropic.
Charlie from Morgantown, what song speaks to you the most that's not yours?
Ooh.
Tom?
Well, man, it's going to take me a minute. You guys got any Jeopardy music we can play while
Specifically, that's tough. That's a really good question. There's so many. People always ask too, like, what's your favorite song or what's your favorite band? And I think
it's really hard to choose.
For us, there's so many. It'd be really hard to pick just one specifically.
But we've got a new artist that we really like. We played a show with a couple nights ago, Mo Pitney.
Oh yeah, yes, great.
And his song "Country," which is I think is his single now, was great. All of his songs were great, but we were just blown away watching him play and sing. And so we're gonna go with Mo on that one.
Yeah.
Next.
Dottie from Sequoia.
That's up where we grew up.
Close,
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, Dottie.
What is your favorite song to perform live and why?
Ooh.
Wow. Well, we actually have this new song that we just wrote not that long ago, and it's called Drinking Games, and we actually haven't even recorded it, so I don't know if we ever will, but that one's kind of my favorite right now, and I think probably because it's new, but also just because it's got like such a different vibe for us.
Yeah. And
people have been responding to it amazingly, so that's a really fun one for me. You guys want to?
I picked Trouble, our single. That's it's kind of a rocking song that Rachel sings, and I love doing that one live. It's always fun.
I guess I'll go with the old tried and true "Kissed You Goodnight" because it's really fun every night to have everybody sing along a whole song, and we could even take little breaks and just hold the mic out.
Sing for us.
Yeah.
All right. Sarah from Hickory, what works best for you three as far as writing songs goes? Do you write separately or together?
All of the above.
Yeah, we have a really interesting way of writing in this band, and what we found works is typically 2 out of the 3 of us writing songs. For some reason, I don't know, every time that we write as the 3 of us, which we do from time to time, We only get magical stuff typically whenever it's two out of the three of us.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I think it's probably just because it's like too many cooks in the kitchen, I guess.
Good question.
With all three of us. But yeah, so that we get all the different combinations, obviously. And yeah, so it's cool because we always come up with something different. There's always the different flavors are, I think that's why, if it's not all three of us at once, so.
Sarah.
All right.
Mackenzie from Wilmington.
Yeah.
When can we expect to hear a new single off this new album? Well, Mackenzie, we have a single out right now that is actually off this brand new record 3. It's called Trouble. And the record, I guess, is now out. So you can find it on iTunes. We're also putting up a bunch of fun video and press, and we're doing little things like this just to kind of make more people aware and also give back to you guys, all of our fans who have been supporting us over the years. So check it out now. It's on iTunes. It's called 3.
Cool. Chelsea from Appleton. What song on 3 are you most excited for fans to hear?
Ooh. I think we all have our own favorites from these records. Go ahead. You go first.
I will say my favorite song on 3 is the third song, so I did there, and it's called Are You Ready? And it's just really different and really fun. I dig that one.
I'm going to go with Lighters. That's my favorite off of this album, and it's a song about universal love. It's my hippie song.
And I'm going to go with, it's a toss-up between Trouble and another song called It's On Tonight. Both just really high energy, fun to play live songs. Good question, Chelsea.
Cat from Grand Rapids. I know a cat from Grand Rapids. I wonder if it's my friend. Cat, is that you? What do you think makes country different than other genres of music? I think, wow, that's a good question. There's a lot of different elements. For me, it's the songwriting and it's the storytelling, and really just that, like Tom said earlier, it's just American music.
American life. Stories about what it's like to live in America.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
Britt from Minneapolis. What was the first instrument each of you learned how to play? Just as drums, right?
Well, I started playing piano when I was 4 years old. The rule in our house was you had to play one instrument and one sport growing up. So yeah, piano when I was 4, and I guess she said instrument you play, learn how to play. Yeah, it was piano. There we go. I didn't know if she wrote Y in there also.
Mm-hmm. Mine was guitar. I think I was like 13. So I started playing, I had a Yamaha acoustic guitar with like the nylon strings. And so, yeah, I took lessons then, and now I've moved on to my Gibson Dove, and I love it. It's bigger than me, but sounds great.
And mine was piano as well. We were from the same household, and we had a piano, and that was it. So we learned how to play it.
Piano.
Yeah.
Terry from Nashville.
Nashville, where's that?
You want to read this one?
Yeah, sure. What was your experience like touring with Taylor Swift and being on that magnitude of a tour? Well, Terry, let me tell you all about it. It was crazy. We had been playing in bars, and the three of us actually had like a little Southeast tour in a van where we were playing at this unnamed chicken wing restaurant. And you can imagine what those shows were like. They were great, but it was for, a dozen people or so, and we got paid in chicken wings and all that.
They'd yell at us if we were standing in front of the projectors.
Yeah.
When
If there was like a game on, we had to like move out of the way. So we went literally from doing that one night to getting a call from Taylor Swift, who was like, "Hey, I know I've never met you guys, but I heard your song and I'd love for you to come and open on my tour." And we were like, what? And then literally a matter of days later, we went from the chicken wing place
to arena
to an arena in, I think it was Indiana, the first show ever. And I remember us on our first sound check of the first show walking out there and just being like, what just happened? Like,
plus being around someone like Taylor, she's super inspiring, and I mean, she's just a superstar through and through. So, we really just admired the way that she did everything, but between her performing and her musicianship, the songwriting, her connection with the fans. I mean, she's just absolutely amazing. So it was something that we'll never forget.
Good question.
Are you planning to come to Europe anytime soon? That's from Bertile?
Bertile.
From Servan?
From Servan.
We see a lot of, so we run the social media stuff from our phones on the tour, while we're out on the road, and we see a lot of people from Europe always tweeting us, asking us to come there. We haven't gotten the chance to yet, but we would love to. We were lucky enough to go to Australia with Taylor. She took us out there. But we haven't forgotten about you guys. We will.
If the opportunity ever arises, we will be there in a heartbeat. For
absolutely, sure. Absolutely. Great question.
Eric from New York. Which song off of 3 is the most personal to each of y'all?
Cool. Well, for me, I'm gonna say what I had mentioned before, which was "Trouble." That's the first song that Rachel and I wrote that one, and that was the first song that I've written for Gloriana that is a single and made it onto the radio. So that is always something I'll remember.
I think mine was probably "Want to Get to Know You." It was a song that kind of stemmed from a situation where Tom and I walked into the room, and our other co-writer Ross asked me about somebody that he'd heard I was seeing at the time, and I just said, yeah, we're just getting to know each other, and then it just all kind of went from there. It's really about like the honeymoon phase of a relationship when you first meet someone, and you got a connection with them, and a chemistry, and it's just about wanting to spend every second that you get with each other. So I think that one's probably one of the most personal.
I'm gonna go with one that I guess Mike and I wrote, but we kind of wrote it with Rachel in mind. It was called "It Won't Let Go," and at the time it was about a situation she was in with a guy and needing to get away from kind of a toxic situation. But we've all been through this experience where even though something's wrong for you or bad for you or not the right situation, it's harder than it sounds to just leave that situation. Sometimes you're a little bit, I don't know if it's like
you're comfortable,
and so this song has a lot of meaning, whether it's a relationship or whether it's a substance or any kind of problem you have where it's you probably shouldn't, but it's harder than it seems to get away, and you're kind of saying like, look, I know this is wrong for me, but I'm doing my best to get away from it. So yeah, that was personal. I just got deep, sorry.
Vernon from Cincinnati. Who would you like to tour with in the future? Good question. Well, we've gotten to tour with a lot of awesome artists that we look up to. I'm gonna go with Keith Urban. I know we've gotten to do a couple shows with him. I said that earlier, but I'm a big fan.
I'd go with Miranda Lambert. I love her.
Another awesome one. Yep.
One of my new favorite acts is the Brothers Osbornes. We did a show with them a couple weeks ago, and man, they were awesome.
I go way back with those guys.
Those guys are great.
They're awesome.
Candy from Phoenix. Is there an overall running theme for the new album?
Yeah, I think we had like several themes just kind of laid out when we first started the process of writing for this album, and really up-tempo, fun, edgy, sexy, rhythmically driven. Those were really the themes, and I think we just ran with that. Plus, with the lyrics, from a lyric standpoint, we wanted to include, our life experiences over the last few years. So.
And something that's always really important to us with every album we do, I think, is originality and making sure that we carve out our own sound. Really making sure we don't just sound like other things people have heard. We like for our stuff to sound really fresh.
Yeah.
Good one. Josh from Columbus.
Where were you the first time you heard yourself on the radio?
We were driving in the van. Which we were touring in for a while. And
San Jose.
Yeah, San Jose. Greatest feeling in the world. People always talk about it, but we flipped out. We were all like screaming and honking the horn and stuff.
Never gets old.
It was fun.
All right. Calvin from Portland. Did you grow up in musical families, or did you pick your love for music up on your own? What's really funny is that none of us come from musical families, which is odd. None of our parents are musicians at all. But our parents definitely influenced a lot of our musical heroes, and so we always say that, like, the guys say their dad didn't play an instrument, but he played the radio.
He was a DJ for a while, so he loved making playlists before you made playlists.
Right.
Like, that was his thing, making tapes.
My parents were the same way. Yeah. So I think, I don't know, for me, what's funny is that no one else in my family does music, so I just kind of came out that way and was just the weirdo of the family. But you guys,
there's always music playing in the house. Yeah.
Are musical.
Yeah.
Holly from Charleston. What app are you completely addicted to on your phone right now?
Let's see.
You guys like that dub smash thing, right?
Dub Smash.
Smash is always
yes.
fun.
Dub Smash is probably my fave right now.
Mine's called Machine, and it's a drum machine. And literally, I can't stop messing with it. I get to record songs on airplanes and stuff.
Paul
From San Diego.
from San Diego asks, is there any songs from other genres of music you have had on repeat lately?
That's a cool question.
Ooh.
Good question.
Paul from San Diego.
Trying to think.
I know. We're like.
I know. I want to like pull up my phone really quick just to jog my memory.
I've been listening to the Ryan Adams a bunch. I think we all have on the bus.
Yes.
Yeah.
We actually got to, Tom and I went to his concert when he played at the Ryman here in town. Obsessed.
Really
So
digging
good.
that record. That's a good one.
Ian from Memphis. Do you guys have any pets? If so, do you bring them on the road with you?
Tom does.
Yeah, I got a dog named Junebug who actually, if you look on the back cover of our new album, 3, there's a picture of her.
She makes a cameo.
One day she just kind of got in one of the bays under the bus, and there happened to be like a road case sitting right next to her that said Gloriana, and she was like smiling real big, and I was like, this should be our album cover. It ended up on the back of the album cover. That's
Great.
good enough for me.
Good
And
question.
yeah,
I
Mike-
have two
Mike's got
French.
two dogs.
I have 2 French bulldogs. They're still in their puppy stages, so I haven't brought them out in the bus just yet because they'll probably terrorize it and everybody on it. But when they get a little bit older, yeah. And I'm always posting pictures on our Twitter of them all the time.
All right, guys. Well, I think that we've made it to 15 minutes, so
Time flies. when
time
we're talking.
flies. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Thank you so much for submitting all of your questions, and hopefully we'll catch you all next time.
And make sure you guys check out our brand new CD, 3. We love you. We'll see you soon on the road.
Later, Cody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Cody.